So, mother of my children get married. She had nerve to ask me to DJ. Really? Nah, but I was gonna DJ though. Just the timing and all what I had to do with like coaching and boys playing football, just wasn't able to do it. You know, some of y'all like, what? You was gonna DJ the mother of your children wedding? Yeah, why not? And her soon-to-be husband is okay with it because, see, you have to understand that, you know, it's not about us anymore. It's about our children. See, but let me get to the word and then I'm going to go back to that. Philippians 4:8, finally, brethren, what things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there's any virtue and if there's any praiseworthy, meditate on these things. So when we meditate on something, then more likely we're inclined to do that. Verse 9, whatever you have learned and received or heard of from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Matthew 5:16. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. See, you know, there was times where me and her didn't see eye to eye. And sometimes, you know, we do disagree on some things. But, you know, I had to learn that, you know, showing love to her, even though I didn't want to at times, was best beneficial for my kids, because I grew up with people where, you know, their mother and father separated or they got divorced after high school or while they were in college, you know, and I was always one easy to talk to. And, you know, they were like, look, man, they was like, I feel like it's my fault. Like if I would have never been born, my parents wouldn't be arguing. And, you know, and they told me, they said, the parents said that, oh, it's not your fault, but because of the arguing and all of that stuff, and they can feel the tension between the parents, it was hard for them to really function in life. You know what I'm saying? And they felt like it was their fault. And see, it's the difference between feeling like it and what it actually is. And so, you know, there was times of struggle with the mother of my children, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't use baby mama, because it has a negative connotation. I don't like that. So I use the mother of my children. Now, you know, I'm not in love with her, but I got love for her because she had my 5 children, you know, our children. And so, you know, I got nothing but love for, you know, the person that she's about to marry now, you know, the last person she had a child by. But let me paint a picture. See, because God is something else when he want to use somebody, you know, and people are like, oh, well, you know, I talked to somebody, told them I was going to DJ, and they were like, would you like try to mess it up, or would you try to play a song or, you know, not fully play it? I was like, nah, first of all, I'm not bitter. I'm happy for her, you know, and, you know, I say it like this, you know, sometimes two good people just don't fit together. You know, me and her were just going on different paths. So we had to come to the realization that what was best for our children. And you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, she said, it's like, what you trying to say? I'm a bad mom, or, you know, I'm a bad wife. And I'm just like, nah, you know, bad girlfriend. I'm like, nah, I said, we just two different people. I said, we just, you know, I'm going this way, you going that way. You know, I said, listen, where I'm at, you know, so, and, you know, there was times where, you know, it was not feasible, easier for me to see my kids, and it was hurtful, you know, and God told me that I still had to, you know, pray for her. I still had to, and I didn't want to, you know, but God said, if you don't pray for her, your children won't get a better version of you, and they won't get a better version of her, won't get a better version of me either. And so, you know, when she had left and went to go, you know, be with the person that she had a baby with after us, you know, I remember texting and, you know, I wanted to talk to the kids, and she was like, I don't want him to get upset. And so the Bible talks about we wrestle not against flesh and blood, and she wasn't doing this on purpose. She was just trying to keep the peace, you know, with who she was with. I know some of y'all may be saying something. It's like, nah, you know, I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? She was just trying to keep the peace because, you know, society tells us that, yeah, listen, if he trying to get back with you, like he trying to talk to, you know, he trying to get back with you, and he don't care about his kids, and he ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, we got to make a new normal. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you know, I was so pissed. Oh my goodness, man. I swear if somebody would have came and said something, I probably would have slapped him or punched him, man. I was so mad. Like, how you going? I'm like, what the heck, man? So, but in that moment, you know what I'm saying? I just had to pray. And see, the Bible talks about crucifying the flesh daily. So, what I did was, I just prayed. I had to make some decisions. And, at that point, she was on my cell phone plan. I had to take her off the cell phone plan. She got her own cell phone. And, and I remember, one time with, when I was bringing the kids back and, her boyfriend was up there at the time, they didn't have a child yet. And, she was like, I don't want y'all to fight. And I'm like, man, I ain't about to fight. But, listen, if he put his hands on me, that's all that matters, bro. Like, listen, I'm not no punk, I'm saying? I wasn't raised to be one, but, I will protect myself. So I remember, I was bringing the kids back, I got up there and she kept saying, I don't want y'all to fight. And I'm like, we ain't gonna fight. We cool. Like, long as he keep his distance, stay away from me. It's cool. And then she said it again. She said it again. She said it again. And I clearly heard God say, walk up in there. And so I walked up in there and I was like, what's up, bro? I was like, man, Happy New Year, man. He's like, Happy New Year. I said, look, man, all I care about is my kids, man. I said, I want to see y'all make it. You know what I'm saying? I care about y'all, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gave him respect. You know what I'm saying? I created a new normal. I set the standard, man. And so, I had his son, last year, you know what I'm saying? And, biologically, he's not mine, but he's mine, and, he called, like, I talked to my son. I'm like, sure. Can I talk to my son? Sure. Can I talk to my son? Sure. And, he said, man, thanks, man. I'm like, what's up? He said, you let me talk to my son with no problems. He said, sometimes I call and it's a problem or it's an argument or whatever like that. And see, it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? And I said, why would I put you through what I've been through? And see, when she was, talking to somebody or whatever like that, like, and I'm not blaming the mother of my children. I want you to see something spiritually, like, of why it was like that. Because see, when we sleep with people, whatever demons or spirits or whatever they got, they can come on us. So, society says, oh yeah, he trying to do that. And so it was a cycle. So I had to pray for him. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I said, look, let me tell you something. I said, the reason why I'm doing this, I said, because listen, if your son suffer, it's going to hit my children, then they going to suffer, and it's going to hit me. I said, that got to stop. I said, look, he calls me dad. I said, but look, I'm never going to take your place. I'm always going to let you be his dad because that's who you are. I said, but if he needs something, I'm there for you. He said, yo, I appreciate that. And he was like, yo, he was like, bro, he was like, man, can I call you big bro? I said, yeah, man, we family. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think like, what? I'm like, listen, now we ain't going to sit here and have tea and crumpets every Sunday. But listen, you think I don't want to see his child make it? That's what it's about. And we created a new normal, man. And like I said, it was tough in the midst of that. But once I was praying and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, when you see that, when people think it's going to be a problem, and even with the one she about to marry now, I give them mad respect. I give him props. I'm like, what's up, man? As soon as I come up there to, exchange or get the kids or drop them off or whatever like that, I'm like, what's up, bro? How y'all doing, man? I'm happy for them. I'm praying for them. I want the best. Why? Because if I'm not praying for them, then it can be worse. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that, man. Like, if your kids see that there's an animosity between you and the mother of your children or you and the father of your children, it's going to affect them. And they could have been dealing with that for years, man. Proverbs 16:7, it says, when our ways please the Lord, he'll make our enemies be at peace with us. And if we look up enemies in a dictionary, it means anybody causing hatred in our life. So why would I really want to see the mother of my children fail? Now, don't get me wrong. Like, there was times that, I was upset. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, that's crazy. And listen to people, they like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? F that. I'm like, bruh, nah, man. Why would you let somebody talk about the mother of your children like that? Listen to people that don't even know what they're talking about because, oh, well, my big mama like this. I'm like, listen, man, I ain't got time for that negative stuff. People say all the time, man, keep them negative vibes away from me. But if you truly, really want to be happy in life, then you got to be happy for the person that you had children with. Because think about it. Some of y'all could be like, man, listen, your child got everything they need to really survive on earth. But how it is as a man, right? Ephesians 6:4, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. Do not exasperate them to the point of resentment with demands that are trivial or unreasonable or humiliating or abusive, nor by showing favoritism or indifference to any of them, but bring them up tenderly with loving kindness and the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Verse 3, that it may go well with you, that you may have a long life on earth. How can you truly be happy if you don't want the best for the person that you had children with, man? maybe you need to look inside. If this applies to you, take what you need, because I was there. But Deuteronomy 4:9, it says, only be your guard and diligently watch yourselves so that you do not forget these things your eyes have seen, and so that you do not slip from your heart as long as you live. Teach them to your children and grandchildren. Do I really want to teach my children that if they have a child by somebody, disrespect that person? No, we got to make a new normal. I know what society says. And listen, we all family. That's what we want. Now, listen, y'all should want the best for them, because everybody should be able to get along. I know it's hard. And some of y'all like, well, father of my children, he in his life, or the mother of my children. Listen, regardless of the fact, pray for them. Pray for them. But everybody should be able to get along. Why? Because it's what's best for the child. It's beneficial. I promise you. You ask my kids, you can ask them. They all happy. And even the ones that aren't biologically mine. That's what it's about. They all related. And see, yeah, it took some years of crucifying the flesh and wanting to see the best for her. And think about it. She get married today. Watch this. I want them, listen, I pray blessings. I want to see them happy. And I'm not even married myself. I'm not even in a relationship with nobody. I ain't even date nobody. But watch this. I'm happy, because if you can't be happy for somebody else of what you want, then there's something wrong internally with you. And see, really, we looking at it as, if I really want to see like stuff happen to her because of what I've been through, what does that really say about me? I mean, am I really living a lie? That's what it's about at the end of the day. I love it, man. I'm telling you, when you get to God, you can have this eternal peace, man. And like I said, I guarantee you, the person that I marry, gonna be able to get along with her. Now, if she ain't trying to get along, that's one thing. But see, she's not taking their place. And I'm going to tell my kids, listen, you got to call her mom or whatever like that. Whatever they feel comfortable with. Because see, I'm not looking to replace her as a mother. They already have a mother. And even being, having the kids live with me, and people say, oh man, happy Mother's Day. No, don't tell me that. I'm not accepting that. Nah, I'm not playing both roles. They have a mom. She just living with me. It's not nothing saying nothing bad about her. I mean, we got to change this normal, like what we think is normal, what society says or what TV says, because all that stuff is nothing but drama anyway, a lot of it. But do we really want to see our children better? Do we really want to see them? They dealing with issues and stuff like that because of what the parents can't get along? Oh yeah, we hitting deep today. Oh yeah. Because do you really truly want to see your child enjoy life? Regardless of the fact they were born and they part of both of y'all. And that's where it's at, man. Do we really want to see our children better? Take what you need. I'm just a messenger, because I was there. I was saying all hateful stuff and stuff like that. And, oh yeah, this and that, and go be a hoe and stuff like that back in the day, man. And man, I had to apologize. I had to repent, and I apologized to her. I said, listen, please forgive me for saying that stuff. I was mad. Listening to people like, yo, man, F that, bruh. Nah, man, shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You a fool, man. People sit there and say, oh man, this, you know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? He the worst, she the worst, and stuff like that. Really? It could be worse than that. It really could be worse than that. It might not feel good, but listen, we got to do better. We got to do better. I mean, we got to raise this generation. A lot of generations, listen, my children are going to see what it looks like to be a real man of God. That's what it is. How I treat their mother. They're going to see, oh, yeah, like that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? In case my kids might have a child by somebody. No, you're going to respect her. No, you're going to pray for her, and vice versa. But listen, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's why I wouldn't have no problem with DJing it. And he wouldn't and the person she marrying, D, he ain't got no problem with it. Y'all see the picture? Why? Because that's what it's about, man. We create a new normal. It's about purpose. Is it about you or is it about your purpose? And see, that's where it's at. Really, some of us is really selfish. We just going to put it like that. That's the truth. Because that's where I was at. Oh, it all had to be about me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, me this, me that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, trying to take both roles. Oh yeah, I'm the mother and father. Really? You can't do that. You can't do that. Now, you may have had to go above and beyond what should be normal if somebody was helping you. But why would you take the role of something else? You know, that's not healthy. And using the kids as a pawn, that's not healthy either. It's not healthy for the child. And listen, God is not playing. If you believe in God, oh yeah, definitely he gonna check you. He gonna check you. But see, maybe we'll get into part 2 tomorrow. Because see, I'm gonna go into it. Maybe people want to understand why some men don't take care of their children and they go take care of other children. Oh yeah, maybe. But I'm gonna leave on that note. If you really want to see better, speak life. Pray for them. And try to get along. And put your selfish ways to the side. Because that's what it's about. Whether you're married to somebody and they got to deal with them, or whether you're in a relationship and you like, I don't want my kids around them, you better pray. You better pray. It's a way to handle it. Like they always say, the dog never goes after the person that sent the mail. They goes after the person that's delivering the mail. It's all good. As always, love y'all. God bless.